Be a top-achieving employee for 15 years, get fired once you have cancer. It's been 15 years. My sister is the only jurist of her company. She works overtime. Is always available even on her holidays. Didn't even take a month of leave when she gave birth, and she's a single mom. She gave all of her time and effort to her job and her company. Now she has an aggressive form of breast cancer. And her company doesn't care. She works online from the hospital while undergoing surgeries. From the moment she won't be able to work as well as before. She will be fired. They had no empathy at all. The same people she's been working with for 15 years. Guys, don't sacrifice your life for your work. It gives you nothing at all. Your existence is worth more than being an employee. Edit. Unfortunately, my sister lives in Russia, where any of your rights are never guaranteed. Thanks for people that tried to give advice, but there isn't any particular protection she can benefit from. You can't fire someone for a medical condition. Get a lawyer. Bye. You might reduce the share of profits we can provide for our almighty shareholders. Company. Thanks, capitalism. I hope your sister recovers soon. I hope your sister recovers quickly. I know it's a devastating thing to go through. I really feel sad when I read about people like your sister. People who fell into the trap of work first, company first, career first. They are the same people who often fall into the trap of a dream job. Is your dream, in your one precious life, to perform labor to make executives and shareholders rich? I feel sad because I know, at least in the USA, schools indoctrinate students into this belief. I remember being maybe 9 or 10 and not doing my homework one time. The teacher went on this wired rant saying that if I were a worker and didn't do a work assignment, I would be fired and I would end up homeless on the street. IWS 10 years old FFS. I really am sad that this is the society we live in. There's a saying I've heard. If you die tomorrow, your job will replace you before you're even in the ground. Unless you're working for yourself. Don't ever give your company more time than they pay for. Enjoy your evenings and weekends. Take your vacations and sick days. Rest when you need to. Spend time with loved ones. Cultivate your hobbies. Volunteer. The people in your life will value you. Your company might send flowers to your funeral. You're either a profitable asset or a costly liability in the company's eyes. They are happy with assets but dump liabilities at the first notice. Didn't even take a month of leave when she gave birth. Bruh. My coworker just became a dad and only took 2 weeks home with his girl before he went back to work. He said the company offers 6 weeks leave for this, but nah. I didn't want to do that to you. I just want to see companies like this one destroyed by their own disgraceful attitude. Preach. I feel so hard for her right now. 7 years ago the same thing happened to me. Top performer in my department at a corporate job, and at 29 suddenly get stage 3 breast cancer and have to cut down on hours to go through aggressive chemo, radiation and surgeries. They acted like I was such a huge inconvenience. I eventually felt so isolated by my coworkers and worn out I quit and became self-employed for a few years. I told myself I'm never killing myself over work again. They don't care. You are a number to them. Nothing is worth more than your health. I hope your sister is doing okay. My heart goes out to you guys. I'm so sorry that's happening to her. It's unthinkable. I'd also recommend contacting the media. I'm getting laid off while my company knew I'd been having physical issues for a long time, which turned out to be a brain tumor. The lack of empathy and inhumanity also urges me to reach out to the media eventually, if needed. If your sister is in the US, she needs to file for FMLA. Most people only realize they wasted their time on capitalism when it's too late. Remember kids, your job doesn't care about you at the end of the day. And this is one of the many reasons why universal healthcare is so important. Workplaces shouldn't have the perverse incentive to fire people for being sick. Maybe she should stop working and go on disability. This is exactly what FMLA is for. You're referring to the country carpet bombing its neighbor? No one cares, dog. Glory to Ukraine, 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 Slava Ukraini, Ukraine, 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 Ukraine. She works overtime. Is always available even on her holidays. Didn't even take a month of leave when she gave birth, and she's a single mom. She gave all of her time and effort to her job and her company. Now she has an aggressive form of breast cancer. And her company doesn't care. She works online from the hospital while undergoing surgeries. Her body said no. She should do TikTok videos of her working from her hospital bed with captions that she worries about her job as she isn't working up to Paravan while battling aggressive cancer. It may go viral. And that's when a news channel might come calling.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.